This upcoming week, Tekken 8 officially releases in Universes, and I just got back from my pre-release at my local game store, and I've got a box here to open up together with you guys so that you can have good expectations of what you're getting when you buy a booster box of Tekken 8. Let me show you guys a couple of my pulls. I actually bought 2 boxes, and I opened 2 pre-release packs, one for myself, and I brought my 9-year-old son, and he opened up the other one. And I went 3-0, by the way, with Eddie Gordo. So here is King, alt art character that I opened. And I think that these alt art characters look so good. Like, they really cooked with the alt arts here. I love how you might not be able to see it here on the camera, but like you kind of see like King even written into the art here. Here was the alt art that I got for Reina. And you can see Reina here written into the art. And then here was the alt art that I got of the secret rare Zeus Unlimited. The secret rares and ultra rares, the alt arts are kind of like washed out in the color, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I really like the character alt art. So these are like a 10 out of 10 to me. This is like a 7 out of 10 in terms of the art. But those are what we're going for here in this box. Also, a lot of the ultra rares and the rares in this set are going to be very impactful in the metagame at the highest levels of competitive play. So while we open up the packs, I might pause from time to time, give you my thoughts on a card and why I find it interesting, because this set is a very unique one, I'll say, in some bad ways, but also in some good ways. And I think that it's going to be interesting for players and how these cards get assembled into decks. So that's enough yapping about that. I'll start opening up the box and we'll crack some packs here. The most rare card that we could possibly find in this set is called a Chrome Rare, and it's basically these alt arts of the characters, but they'll be numbered 1 through 100. And so those are typically the most expensive cards that you can open in these booster sets. They'll typically sell for at least a couple hundred. Normally a little higher right at the beginning when the set first releases. So you get this little get started here about the Universes gaming network where you can find your events to play. And then we've got our 24 packs here. By the way, on the Universes gaming network, they have like a loyalty shop. And when you play at events at your local game store or you open booster boxes, you can then get loyalty points, and then you get these really cool alt art cards for free. You just have to pay like a really small amount for shipping, but not much. So let's put the cards over here and get started. You have these little pull tabs. Sometimes they work out wonderfully and sometimes they don't. I'm not sure how much of that is on the pull tab though, and how much of that is on me. Okay, let's get started. Espresso Shot, the Masked Jaguar, Bamboo Connoisseur, Delta Slicer, Passionate Heart. Don't know how to say that one. Aha, an Arena. This is a new card type in Tekken, meant to kind of bring the video game here to life. By the way, I have never played Tekken 8 before, so I am a Universes player though, and I love all new Universes cards. Anytime a booster set comes out, it's like Christmas morning. I really look forward to opening these booster boxes. But if you're a fan of Tekken, I might sound not dumb, but I'm just going to sound ignorant. Not dumb, but ignorant. So Ortiz Farm, and then we got a Kazuya Mishima, Sickle, Lethal Fury, and a Acid Rain Kick combination. Okay, let's put our uncommon stack over here. We'll put our character stack over here. Arenas, new card type coming into the game. When you check or play an arena, it goes into like the arena deck, and then it has these abilities that can activate. This is it's new, so I might grow to love it. At the beginning though, I'm not super looking forward to arenas, but I acknowledge that someday I might change my mind on that. By the way, every character on the flip side can also be a heat token. The last several sets of Universes have been designed around these token cards. So in Godzilla, you had power tokens. In Guilty Gear, you had Roman cancel tokens. And now we have these heat tokens. So you'll have a lot of cards in the set that give you these heat tokens. And the heat token says, after your attack deals no damage, your rival loses 1 health, cannot reduce your rival's health below 1. And then it's unique, so you can only have 1 of it in there at a time, and it sacrifices at the start of your end phase. The heat tokens are not super powerful in and of themselves, but they unlock a lot of abilities on cards in the set. So there's like 80 cards in the set that reference, if you have a heat token, get X benefit, and a lot of times that benefit is very, very strong. Okay, let's see what we're working with here. Resurrected King of Iron Fist, Refined Violence, Determined Seeker, Snake Shot, Durandal. Oh, Ultimo Jaguar. Okay, this is a perfect one for the heat token. It's a throw, it has Echo, 2 mid-5, and it says, as an additional cost to play this attack, from your hand, sacrifice a heat token. So you have to have a heat token in play, sacrifice it to play this attack, but it's a throw that you get to play twice. That's what Echo means. You can discard a momentum, play it again, and then you get Blitz, draw a card. So now you're drawing 2 cards if you play it twice. A throw means that even if they block it fully, it's still going to deal a little bit of damage. Ooh, right away, we're cooking with an alt art character. Mandinga, we'll get to the character in just a little bit. Tekken Ball, love Tekken Ball. Sandstorm. Okay, there's a lot of cards I want to talk about in here, but we got to check out the character first. All right, Nina Williams. 6-hander, 30 health. After your attack with printed damage 3 or less deals. After your attack with printed damage 3 or less deals damage, clear it from your card pool, and then you can form and play one of those from your discard pile. So she's effectively like a 7-hander, and there's actually a lot of attacks that are very, very powerful with 3 or less damage on her symbols. But you can see just how good these alt art characters look. Let's see if I can find her name in the art. Looks like it might be right there, but I'll check it out more later. Okay, this is the best hit so far. We'll put it right above here. By the way, this is one of my favorite uncommons in the set. Let's see. I don't know how you say it. Mandinga, Enhanced Commit. This attack gets +1 or -1 speed for each card in your card pool. So 2 diff, 2 mid block, 5 check. But sometimes on offense, it's going to be +5 speed or it's going to be -5 speed. I love how it's usable on both offense and on defense. It's got Eddie in the art because Eddie really likes to have a lot of attacks in his card pool. He gets to ignore progressive difficulty really, really well and string out. So this can be +5 speed on a finisher, but most of the time you're probably going to be saving this for defense until you're ready to go in for the kill. That's going to be a uncommon that actually is pretty strong. Okay, let's get into the next one. I hope we didn't peak on our second pack here with the alt art character. Nina's a character that I don't think is going to be extremely strong at like high competitive levels, but I could see her doing very well at locals, and I'm excited to build some decks for her. Seasoned in Hardship. Don't know how you say that. Karambit. Blood Talon. Freedom Face Buster. Destroying out. Some of these fighting game attacks just like kind of make me crack up. High Tech Annihilator. Anger of the Beast. Okay, so I opened an alt art King earlier, and now I get King's kind of signature attack. King is based around throws. 3 mid 7. This attack gets +1 damage for each throw in your card pool. Counting itself, it's basically 8 damage. But if you play this like 3rd or 4th, this could easily be 10+ damage. Okay, there we go. Anger of the Beast. Is that a secret rare or an ultra rare? It is a secret rare. So we've already got a secret rare, and we've already got an alt art character. Heihachi is our character. Giant Swing, Spam Bomb. No idea how you say that. There you go. There's our uncommons. I'll put our character over here and our commons. But I guess I'll show you this one just to show what I mean about the heat tokens. It's a 1 diff. It says form, remove 10 cards from your discard pile, add a heat token to your stage. So you have a lot of ways to gain these heat tokens. It comes at a significant cost. Remove 10 is a very, very high cost. It was especially a high cost playing in pre-release tonight. Most of the time it was just a blank 1 diff because removing 10 from your discard pile was just too much. Unless you just opened up all of your cards and jammed them into a deck. You know, he said, hey, I'm going to play all 60 cards I open. Forbidden Exorcism, Sadistic Tormentor, Something Master, Next Gen Model, Own Free Will. Look at that. We got another shiny here. Looks like maybe an ultra rare. Mage Cutter. Take Mikazuchi. A unique weapon. Your attack gets 2 speed or 2 damage. Response, after this card is committed, ready another asset in your stage that has not been readied this turn. So you commit this for 2/2, and then you go and ready something, or 2 speed or 2 damage, and then you go and ready a different asset. 4 difficulty 4 check. Eddie Gordo, the character that I went 3-0 in my pre-release tonight. Ignoring progressive difficulty, giving lots of damage. Reminds me of a very strong character in the past, although now that I'm starting to say it, I can't remember her name. It's a My Hero Academia character. That's all right. It'll come to me later. For me, right now, it is midnight. I did not get a lot of sleep last night, so I'm not the fastest thinking at the moment. Let's get into our next pack. Okay, we've got 1 ultra rare, 1 secret rare, 1 alt art, but no chrome rare yet. Brass Challenge, Purple Lightning, Best Served Cold, Cold Fate. That's funny. Okay, this is what I'm talking about, my lack of sleep. Heaven's Merciless Wrath, Head of the Mishima Clan, Divine Dominance of Annihilation. 5 difficulty, 4 low 5. Let's see. Add 1 non-character card from your rival stage to their hand. Your rival cannot play copies of that card this turn. That is crazy powerful. But it says as an additional cost to play this attack, sacrifice a heat token. So again, a lot of these powerful cards in the set, you've got to play the heat token minigame if you want to unlock their abilities. Okay, I opened up a Tekken ball, by the way, in the uncommons. That's definitely a card that I want to talk about at some point, but I'll probably open another one, so no pressure. Let's get into it. We've got Brass Challenger, Deal with the Devil, Own Free Will, Image Cutter, Head of the Mishima Clan, Ursine Might Alt Art. Dang, these packs have been like fire. This one might be the best card in the set. If it's not the best, it's definitely top 5. Let's talk about it here in just a little bit. Reina, this is the normal version. Muscle Armor, Ancestral, Bear Attack guy. Okay. Let's talk about Ursine Might, because this is going to be a huge deal in competitive play. You can see that the alt arts kind of wash out the color a little bit. It says enhance, flip a rival asset or foundation. This attack gets plus X or minus X damage. X equals the number of face downs in your rival stage plus 1. So this does not leave your card pool. It is going to stay in your card pool, but that's because the ability is insane. Flip an asset or foundation. So it also hits assets. If they're at 10 foundations, you can flip an asset and put them into deadlock and unlock a lot of your powerful deadlock abilities. But this could be plus 10 damage very, very easily. Minus 10 damage. A lot of characters like Violante, for example, are going to be big fans of this. Byakko, where you're really trying to flip your rival stage. So they're already going to have a heavy face down stage, and now you're going to get a huge payoff for that. You know, minus 7, minus 8 damage. That's effectively a free block, and you just flipped their best resource. Batra Arrives just got banned, and this was going to be one of the best answers to Batra Arrives. That said, there's still a lot of great answers to go. You know, go and hit their Imprisoned instead of their Batra Arrives. Go and hit their Reset. Moment of Normalcies. This one, Earth attuned, so any character with Earth can play it. It's going to be very, very impactful. This one's a money card. This is already like a money box. I feel like this box is going to return value here for me. I'm glad I opened this box on camera because my other box was not as good as this one. Steadfast Bodyguard, Silent Assassin, Best Served Cold, Blonde Bomb, G-Corp CEO, Predator, something. 3 high, 3. Add this card to your hand. Mill 1, only playable if you have exactly 1 card in your deck. Kind of silly card there, but it would be funny to do. Jack 8. This is a character I'm a lot higher on, I think, than most players. Backhand combo. Strike. G-Corp Soldier. So let's talk about G-Corp because one kind of nitpick that I have with recent Universes design is that we haven't got a lot of backups lately. And then the backups end up being anti-token cards. So we talked about heat tokens earlier. They make you lose a health if you completely block. Well, G-Corp Soldier says, if you would lose health due to a rival effect, you may have this backup, lose 1 stamina. If you do, lose that much health plus 1. So I'm not going to lose 1 health from the heat token. I'm going to lose 2 health from stamina, sorry, not health, from G-Corp Soldier. So this is the only backup in the set. And I wish that we were getting more backups because in the last like 8 months, we really the last 12 months, I think we've only gotten 4 new backups. So that's one of my nitpicks is I feel like we got this new card type arena, but I feel like we kind of leaned more into the backup card type. But maybe Tekken 8 wasn't a good fit. I'm not really sure. Again, I'm not a huge knower of Tekken 8. Forbidden Exorcism, Elegant Palace, Determined Seeker, Next Gen Model, White Reaper, Iron Gunman, Jaguar Spirit, Nina Williams. By the way, is it Jaguar or Jaguar? I'm not sure, so I just kind of change how I say it each time so that I can be right half the time. Nina Williams, normal version, super cool version. Normal, super cool. Reverse Narcissus. Keep them on their toes and grand combo. Let's talk about this one. There's a character in this set named Asuka. I actually pulled an Asuka earlier. Here we go. And she basically, at the start of her turn, she gets like stats based on how many cards were in her card pool for defense. So if your rival, at the end of your rival's turn, if you had like 4 cards in your card pool, then you're going to get +4/+4 on all of your attacks. So good defense turns into good offense. But your rival can kind of play around you because they might just not attack you. And then all of your attacks are like printed stats and you're kind of a blank character. So this gets around that. 4 difficulty, 5 high 3. Card pool, your rival's attacks get -2 speed. Blitz, this does not clear from your card pool during the end phase. So you play this attack, it doesn't clear, and now it stays in your card pool counting towards progressive. So it's effectively -1 speed on all your rivals' moves. But now at a minimum, you're going to be getting +1/+1, when it comes back to you. So I think that after playing this character a couple times, this card's probably actually pretty good. And you'll want to run things like it so that you can't completely be kept blank by your rival. But the character gets really, really fun when you get like +5/+5 on all your moves. And she has like a signature echo attack move that you get to play it again. And you can just kind of go crazy with those stats. Okay, Master, Mask, Jaguar, Ringed, Resurrected King of Iron Fist, Black Kite, Cold Fate, High Tech Annihilator, Journey of Redemption. Okay, we were talking about Ursine Might, right? This is going to be a top 5 card. Best foundation in the set. Best foundation in the set by far. It's going to be very, very meta impactful. Foundation cannot be sealed by rival effects. Remove after your rival plays an attack, gets -1 speed, and gains flash. By the way, all 3 symbols share with Ezekiel Midoriya on the move. A character that's already flashing your moves. So I really like the idea of getting your character flash and this flash, and your rival just never gets to enter an enhanced step. You can combine it with like Cheerleader, a current card in Standard that also gives flash. But the -1 speed goes a long way to making the move very blockable. So if your rival plays an attack that, like Queen of the Monsters, for example, hey, flash it. You're not going to get the benefit of building. Sen, you're not going to get the benefit of picking up a foundation and building the next one. Whatever their highest value attack is, completely blanked because of Journey of Redemption. So even if you don't even block it, the fact that you didn't let them do any of the abilities on the attack is extremely, extremely powerful. Okay, pair of arenas here. Yeah, I am so happy that I opened these. This actually, there's going to be an alt art, and I think it's going to be the promo for the next local championship, or maybe it's the next store scrambles. I can't remember which, but just go play at your local game store, and you're going to end up with alt arts of Journey of Redemption. I think it's the local championship. My local championship is August 29th, and I'm still a little unsure of what I'm going to play. I think I'm going to play something based around Channel Chaos. It's an ultra rare in this set that lets you play cards out of your momentum, and I'm trying to find cool ways to do like infinite loops with it. They're more silly than actually good, though, but I'm trying to convince myself that they're actually good. Brushfire, Abyss, Damnation. Well, that's too bad. Eddie, Cameo, Anvil Smasher, Double Lift Kicks. I didn't see anything particular there that I want to talk about, so we'll just open up the next one. See what we get. Rebel Leader, Sadistic Tormentor, Privileged, Gusto, Facebuster, Automation, Excalibur. I assume that's the weapon there. 4 mid 4. If you have a heat token, this gets +1 and +3. Asuka, Domination, Weathering Storm, Pincer. Okay, we're making our way through. We've about halfway through our packs here. We've already got a pretty dang good haul, but we don't have the Chrome Rare yet. Okay, Bodyguard, Upbringing, Silent Assassin, Space Ninja, Brushfire, Master's Touch. All right. I was saying at the beginning that the cards that I'm most after in this set are the actions. The actions like Ursine Might. Every single symbol got an action. Most of them are really, really powerful. The fire and air actions I'm not a big fan of, but most of the others I think are going to be meta for a long, long time. And this is one of those. So remove Freeze and Ready, 2 foundations in play. If you have a heat token in stage, Freeze and Ready up to 3. So the Freeze and Ready 2 is already good. The Freeze and Ready 3 is just a little bit more if you're playing the heat token minigame. You can use this offensively or on defense. So if you're trying to win the game right now and you need to ready some foundations, ready your own. Yeah, they're frozen, but if you're winning that turn, who cares? Or ready your opponents, and then you can play a stun move, and now they're committed and now they're frozen. It does remove itself. It's a 0, so even if you have like 4 attacks in your card pool, still really easy to pass. I think somebody's going to find a meta place for that. Okay, we've got to talk about Jin's Glove here. Another card that I think is probably top 10 in the set. Okay, let's put this down here with our ultra rares. Common. Jin's Glove. Commit. Choose a card in your card pool. You may try to block this attack with it. This is crazy. It's crazy because it stays in your stage throughout the game. So over the course of the game, this could be 4 or 5 blocks in a mega control character. I'm talking a character like Ezekiel Midoriya on the move, like Mothra. You continuously block. You can use a great good symbol block like Protector of Life. It's an Omni block that also says Breaker 1, also says get a power token. And so if you have a couple Jin's Glove in stage and you block with 1 Protector of Life, now you get to block with it 3 times. You're going to say Breaker 3 over the course of the turn. You're going to say gain 3 power tokens. I think this absolutely should have been unique. I would say that there is a decent chance that this card maybe gets banned in the future because it leads to control decks being maybe too powerful. I think they're counting on it being an asset and 3 diff that people won't 4x it, but I suspect that the designers are wrong and people are going to 4x this. So Jin's Glove, let's see, this is only an uncommon here, but it's an uncommon that I think could possibly get banned one day. So if I was making a top 10 list, right, Journey of Redemption would be there, Ursine Might would be there, Jin's Glove would definitely be there too. Let's keep going. I actually thought Jin's Glove was an ultra rare, and I am just now learning that it's an uncommon. Champion of the Children, Rebel Leader, Basara, Heaven's Hammer, G-Corp, Elite Operative, Explosivo, all right, Jack 8, Dragonfly Blade, Kicks, Rock and Roll Circus. There we go. We talked about 2 cards on our last pack, so we don't have to talk about a card in that one. There's no rules here. Deal with the Devil, Weight of the Accursed, Cold-Blooded Oppressor, Devil Fist, Blonde Bomb, Rebel Leader, Demon Shaft, Lars, Warrior's Instinct, Wine Opener, Chain Punch Sheath. Actually, this is good to know that Lars is here because at our pre-release, we had, I think, like 11 or 12 of us. Nobody opened a Lars. And so we were kind of wondering what was going on. Was it just, random luck that nobody opened it? Or was Lars like short printed or something? So Lars is still here. Very, very good character in the set. Kind of based around building foundations very quickly. They're really making that the good symbol identity lately with foundations like Daily Training and attacks like Sen and Queen of the Monsters. So he gets to lean into that attack package a little bit. There's a lot of strong support here for Lars. Could definitely top cut a major event. Espresso Shot, Season Hardship. By the way, if you're wondering about like all these characters in the set and how strong they are, I did a stream here just this past week with my competitive team, and we ranked every character. And it's led to some fun debates. Not everybody agrees. Even the best competitive players in this game disagree with each other from time to time. Right, Flamingo, I think that this could be a pretty good foundation if kicks get a lot of support. So it's +1 damage to all your kick attacks. And then it says after your kick attack is completely blocked, it still deals 1 damage. Only playable if you have a heat token. I did forget that the response was only playable for a heat token, but it's still just +1 damage on everything as a 2-diff. And forcing one of your kicks to momentum could be good if they printed a kick with like a crazy momentum ability. I don't know. It's one of those that like it's probably not great right now, but just keep it in the back of your mind in case a crazy kick ever does get printed on those symbols. Joining Sweep, Detachable Head. Let's talk a little bit about this one. This is one of the best heat token generators in the set, maybe the best. Good symbol. We talked about that being the main build symbol lately. When you play this card, build it committed. So you play it and then it immediately builds down, but it builds committed, so you have to wait until your next turn. But then it just says form commit, add a heat token, and then you can add this to your hand. So now every single turn you're going to have a heat token because you're going to say commit, give me my heat token. Okay, I'll play it. I'll build it committed. Next turn, I'll do it again. So the first time you use it, you're not getting a heat token, but every turn, basically for the rest of the game, you're going to be getting yourself a heat token. Builds itself down really good in characters like Alyssa, where they get to ready themselves every time they build something. The heat tokens means that if you're playing a character where you can string 10+ moves, even if your rival is like a Rodan or a Mothra and they're blocking all of your moves, now you're still making them take damage. There's another card in the set, and I don't think we've seen it yet, that that makes your heat tokens basically burn them for 3 and not for 1. And I could see that being pretty good. There's also like just the fact that you're getting a heat token. You have some other cards that say if you have 4 or more card types in your stage, then you get some benefit. And cards like that that very quickly get you a token are good for getting those combos off. Let's see, Mishima Bloodline. That's a pretty good 1-diff for a common, +2 or -2 damage. Peacemaker. Is this the like... we used to have a card called... Oh gosh, now I can't remember. It's basically a reprint of that. Nice Try. Okay, it came to me. Nice Try. And basically it counts itself as 3 foundations, right? Because you get to ready it, and then you can say commit for -2 speed. You only get to ready it if you have a counter on your character though. So it's only going to be playable in characters like Asuka that put counters on themselves. But it doesn't say which counter, so it can be used in a lot of other characters too. Blizzard Rush, Kazuya, Barrage, Savagery, Violet Suit. All right. Cold-Blooded Oppressor and Arena. Ninjutsu, Black Kite, Rebel Leader, White Reaper. We got an ultra rare. What do we have? Catching a Meteor. Okay, I'm so glad I opened this one. This is one of my favorites. We'll look at it in just a little bit. Surge, Heat Dash. I'm going to talk about Heat Dash too. Okay, 2 cards here that I want to talk about. Let's start with Catching a Meteor. This is one of the most fun cards in the set. It says, after you spend momentum, add that many meteor counters to this card. And then you can sacrifice mill cards from the top of your deck until you mill an attack. Play that attack, no check necessary. Only playable if there are 7 or more meteor counters on this card. So, if you can spend 7 momentum, this says play an attack completely for free. And the only thing holding this back was Batra Rise, which has now been banned because you were terrified that it would get canceled. But now it's not going to get canceled anymore. I shouldn't say it's definitely, they might cancel it with something else. But I think it's unlocked. It is allowed to be played now. Characters like Benimaru on Chaos Symbol can kind of print momentum. Characters like Mitchell can print momentum. There's a lot of Chaos characters that momentum is very, very easy to really stack. And now, anytime you see a card that says no check necessary, I don't care how minigame-esque it is, how Christmas land it is to try and get off. No check necessary is just crazy text in universes. Really, really fun card. Happy about this ultra rare. Okay, this action won me 2 of my games today at pre-release. Sacrifice a heat token, your attack gets +6 speed. In sealed play, where you're only opening 6 cards, there's not a lot of resets. And so +6 speed is actually just saying unblockable in a pre-release format. And so there were 2 of my 3 games where Heat Dash was my finisher. I was playing Eddie, and so by the time I got to like my 5th attack, it was +5 damage. And now I would throw this down on a 5 and say also it's +6 speed, and I win the game. Probably not going to be great in standard format because heat tokens won't quite be as popular, and it doesn't leave your card pool, and there's a lot more resets. But in pre-release format, where I also had detachable head, and so I was always having heat token. I was playing attacks that said remove 4 from your discard pile, get a heat token. So very, very good in the pre-release format. Exorcism, Palace. Got a lot of cards I can't pronounce. Firecracker, Yoshimitsu, Standard Issue Sidearm, Shadow Cutter, Depraved Savagery. How many packs we have left? 6 packs. We are 75% of the way done. Master, Mass Jaguar, Iron Fist, Black Kite. Oh, ultra rare. Looks like one of those actions. Mishima Clan, Annihilator, Ursine Might, Heihachi, some other things. Okay, we just got the Ursine Might box. I am so happy about this because I think that this is going to be an expensive card. Like I could see this card being like $20, maybe higher. And so opening 2 of them and an alt art, very, very happy. Man, this has been a good box. Okay, 5 packs left. Could it be a better box? Purple Lightning, Snake Shot, Blood Talon, Own Free Will. Something I missed there. Dragonfly Slash. I think that's my second one. Detachable Head. Devil's Domination. Gravity Blow. Okay. 4 packs left. got the countdown going here. How many ultra rares have I gotten so far? 3, 4, 5. So I should be guaranteed one more ultra rare. Although on these boxes, they always say that there's no guarantees, yada, yada, yada. Oh, is that a secret rare we got up here? Ooh, we have another alt art card. Oh. I think my mind's playing tricks on me. Sorry, Dragon Rays. I don't know what this card does. Okay, let's read it together so I'm not disappointed in it. 3 mid 5. Commit up to 2 foundations. This attack gets 2 speed for each foundation committed this way. Okay, could be a 7 mid 5, but then it's basically a 6 div. After this attack deals damage, your next attack gets 2 speed. Okay, so it's just a pure stats card. I was right to be disappointed. Okay, 3 packs left. Basara, Challenger, Deal with the Devil, Facebuster, Blonde Bomb, G-Corp CEO. Oh! Triloquia, Pilgrimage. Reina, Muscle Armor, Inferno, Arena. This one, oh, I put my commons on my rares. Okay, we're falling apart, but we're coming down the home stretch. Pilgrimage, very, very good card. 2 high, Breaker 2. 4 mid 4, gets X speed or X damage. X equals the highest difficulty among assets in your stage. So if you're playing like a massive mutant machine, then this could be a 7, this could be an 11 mid 4. An 11 mid 4, 2 high block, Breaker 2. That's just good. I mean, even if you're only giving this 3 of a stat, the fact that you can choose whether to put it on damage, like if you're a character that's giving speed, like Arena, you give +3 speed, now you can add damage. If you're a character that's giving damage, like on the Void symbol, Donnie gives damage based on your assets in your stage. So now you can give this like 5 damage from Donnie, and then, maybe you had like a Jin's Glove that we had been talking about earlier in Donnie, because Donnie's got the good symbol. That's from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set. Then now this is a 7 speed, 9 damage move in Donnie, and it helps you stay alive with the Breaker 2. So this is a pure stat card, but it's cheap for the 4 diff. You love holding on to it for the Breaker 2, and you get to choose where those stats go. So there's so much going for that card. I don't think this would be like top 10 in the set, but it would be fringe top 10. It would be like in that 11 to 20 realm, somewhere with like Master's Touch. Like both of these would be like, maybe like 11th and 12th. Bodyguard, Assassin, Best Served Cold, Hammer, Merciless, Ambush Tackle, Jack 8, Cruise, Strike, Vanishing Storm. Remember how earlier I said I wanted to talk about Tekken Ball, and then I said we will definitely open another Tekken Ball, and now I've not? Maybe I'll go back. Maybe I'll just leave it to you to read Tekken Ball. But that's one of my favorite cards in the set. Weight of the Accursed, Champion of the Children, Chief Excellent Officer, Bloodline, Devil Fist, Spirited Peacemaker, Kiss Shot Penetrator. Nice. Flash, 4 mid 3, 3 diff. If you have a heat token in your stage, cannot be blocked by foundations. Cannot be blocked is always good text. The kicking character, exploit weakness, backhand combo, assassins, sting. And that is how we finish it off. So here is the haul that you can expect if you're opening a booster box. You can expect that you will get 6 ultra rares on average. A lot of the ultra rares in this set are these powerful actions. So we got Ursine Might and Master's Touch as actions in this box, but there's a good chance that you'll open 1 or 2 of these powerful actions. Our ultra rare attack here was Pilgrimage, and Journey of Redemption, Catching a Meteor as our foundation ultra rares, and then this weapon here as our asset. So pretty good haul of ultra rares in this box. I think that all of these are going to see decent play and have decent value. Our alt art here was the Ursine Might. And then our secret rare for this box was Anger of the Beast. And our alternate art character was Nina Williams. So pretty good haul here. And then a ton of rares. I'm going to be honest. The rares in this set, kind of disappointing. Most of the value in this set is in the ultra rares. But we were going over some uncommons that I think are also going to be powerful. So it's kind of funny how that worked out. Like a lot of the uncommons are more powerful than the rares. A lot of the rares their value is dependent on you having the heat token. Like the Ultimo Jaguar that we looked at the very beginning. Like if you have a heat token, I mean, this card's really, really good. I just sort of question how strong heat tokens are going to be in competitive play outside of Tekken 8 sealed formats. Overall, I think the characters in the set are pretty well designed. I know it's going to get me in trouble with some competitive players because the characters aren't at a crazy high strength level, although maybe some of them are. There's definitely some candidates. I know a lot of people are very, very high on Alyssa to be the best character in the set, but I like that they're all very simple and they set up the mini game that you want to play. Like Jack 8, you want to just flip your stage face down. You get to play these huge moves. Reina, you get +3 or -3 speed. You're losing health, and then you're going to be gaining health. Asuka just wants to fill her card pool on defense. Eddie wants to string out. Like, they're simple characters. Yoshimitsu with the assets. But they can be built in really cool different ways. It definitely looks like Eddie is the most common character. Eddie, Reina, and Jack 8. I've got like 3 of them. And Heihachi. Isn't that crazy? I feel like, did I not get a single Alyssa? Alyssa? I don't know how you say it. Somebody teach me. I got like the same characters over and over. This is so interesting because remember I was saying for pre-release, nobody opened Lars out of like 10 players. So I wonder if there's something like going on with the distribution of characters. But if you like Eddie, I've got 3 Eddies for you. But I'm missing some of the other characters. But every pack comes with a character. Every box maybe comes with an alt art character. Might be 1 to a box, or maybe it's 1 to like 2 or 3 boxes, and they're a little more rare than I'm thinking. Every box should have the secret rare, and then the 6 ultra rares, and some sort of ultra rare or secret here. Secret rare. Okay, I'm falling apart here, but we're done with the box. That's what you can expect from Tekken 8 releases this upcoming week. If it's not too late, you might be able to still find some pre-releases going on in your area. But local game stores are also going to be having local championships here in just a little bit. I was talking earlier, you can go get your alternate art Journey of Redemptions. I think there's something else that you can also get. Zeus Unlimited. There was an alternate art given out, I think, but it was already given out, I think, for the last local championship. My point is, go to your local game store and you're going to get cool cards. And you're going to have a fun time. You're going to make some friends and meet some new people. So that is going to do it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this box opening, and I'll see you next time.